Hello again. So I'm doing this back to back. Uh, there was this other game also finished just recently. It was against darwinian, who was in third place, I think, in the league. So he was the one of the two players that had a slight chance of winning the league still with Opera. And I suppose I have played against him in Royal League, I suppose. But he's definitely a strong player. I'm not still sure about his two-player game in regards what his best count is, but he's at least in 3 and 4B. He's really shown good skills, so it helps in two players as well, even though it's a bit of a different breed of animal anyway. So in this game, there's at least Siska, Columbus, but no Swans once again. Mikey could be played as St. Beats. Then there's Bach and Shakespeare, Gaudi also, Napoleon for some counterplay, and Gates, Jobs, and some, at least three culture leaders also with synergy with Hollywood. But no Ocean Liner this turn, and yeah, those H2 wonders are not the best ones. Yeah, with what you could also go for some economy play with the railroad, but yeah. So I'm in first seat in this as well, and there's maybe there's e.g. This was just a no-brainer pick here. No need to go for classes here or anything else. Boudica will be there for me if she is not taken. But Boudica with Caesar and Sanzu showing is not maybe the best one. So there's Pyramids and Stonehenge both will be there. No, not both. Both probably won't be there, but they will be in the play for me. So just taking EG. And Darwinian goes for Pyramids, which is understandable. There's a lot of leaders on the row. Yep, I didn't want to go for Boudica. Caesar will be discarded, but Sanzu with Ziska in play is quite. There's Ziska and Columbus, so Sanzu is quite strong. And if I go for Boudica, then it's even stronger just to deny any easy use of Boudica's resources. So I didn't consider Boudica here at all. Just Homer, while will be going for Stonehenge, Homer doesn't really synergize at all. So Caesar is one of these leaders, the one with the most potential. So just go for him and usual stuff. Draw a colony already. And yet this, Darwinian still chooses to go for Sanzu. And that's obviously Cleo for some more peaceful solutions. Homer also, but Cleo may be the better one out of those. But still decides to go for Sanzu. There's Columbus already showing, and then there's Siska, so a lot of cards will be drawn here. I decide to not seed the colony yet. I just have one card to seed anyway, and I might have a bit of a problem with corruption. So like this, I was eyeing that St. Beats could be there still next turn, or it will be there next turn. and if there's nothing more worthwhile to do, I might just go for the sandbeats and start to go for this Stonehenge rush it. And yeah, with building the third step too, I could go for St. Pete's and Columbus if I so wish. I draw another colony and some strength events, which might be interesting. Darwinian seeds already, there's some more stuff revealed. Just go for this very early iron. Yeah, he will have science for it, so it could be a nice boost. But all in all, iron for 3, while there's copies for both, it's also quite expensive. There's maybe an argument taking code for 3, but then again, it has pyramids on the works. But like this, he will take iron for 3, and code will drop to 2, so it's a bit of a double effect there. And I probably don't like that play too much for his own good. And I start by seeding a historic territory. I seed both those territories in. There's also Isabella coming down, so maybe as this guy's taken, I might go for Isabella and go for some colonies. So yeah, this code was a must. Can go for it right away. And then I had real issue with corruption, with all those food being revealed. So I just wanted to take the drama for some Bach plays. If I popped, I wouldn't be out of corruption, and that would get me in consumption also. So this was basically just one rock. Yeah, I lose 1 rock and 1 food, but while not getting into consumption, I saved the 1 food, so yeah, it's not too bad. And like this, Siska and Isabella will be on 2 both. And yeah, this is a very strength event heavy draw. I have 5 strength events in hand with Caesar. So yeah, let's see if I can get Ziska, and that could get real ugly. Darwinian also has some issue with corruption. Doesn't have the most CA available. It just pops and skips Ziska. So yeah, that taking Ziska probably would have meant corruption, but yeah, the way this the route this game will take from this day on, or this turn on, it's kind of maybe should have taken Ziska here. So at least I wanted to leave an option open to maybe go for a more peaceful route, even though yeah, it's quite. If I go for Ziska, I might be able to be strongest for a while, but I still didn't wanna commit to full military play yet, even though that could have been argued for anyway to be the best way to approach this. So it was about what card out of those I want to have in the next deck. I felt that this border conflict could be the best one to come out now, so I just seed it to have the possibility to even reveal it on this very next draw or seed. So I felt that was the most beneficial one for me. Now I'm still strongest. I actually draw more stuff. And yeah, at this stage I could have even just committed to the military play and play another strength event. But since I know there's 2 colonies and then there's the border conflict, I thought if I see it now and reveal the border conflict, then there's probably not too much strength related in there, or there can't be. So I could maybe then go for maybe Isabella, since that would take the Isabella play away from Darwinian, so there may be a way to approach it in a different way. So I ended up seeding immigration next. If I should go for, I have to reload this. So yeah, I start by seeing the border conflict, and I seed immigration next that I just drew. So there's maybe a possibility if the border conflict came out, I could take a different route, but that may be debatable if it's even needed. So I should probably, since I'm guaranteed Siska here, I could just push more strength events in. But yeah, at least this, like this, I would just go for the Siska route, show a tactic, and pop again. And I just wanted to keep more of those cards and be a bit stronger. And here I have so many strength events, and I have a nice way of keeping up with the strength. So I wanted to keep Caesar, just push all those in and reap the rewards later. This is Isabella. So this may be a bit debatable on his side if he should even make fighting band the Sanzu tactic in this game. Since with me being Ziska, and if I just add two more units or unit and a farm, I will be having 6 strength from those tactics, so it might get a bit weird for him. So maybe it just didn't have another tactic and wanted to get into Isabella. So like this, I'm strongest. I can just start YOLO pushing these events. That one was not from me. So I pushed Uncertain Borders and Reign of Terror. And at least, yeah, that's a lot of rocks now. For me, I wanted to build up some more strength. There was at least some ways here swordsman, so maybe, and a lot of rocks now. Not too many MAs. So he's probably able to get up to par with my strength in some ways, but then again he doesn't have another population available. So I just got some more strength, enough to keep him out of range. And yeah, then I needed to spend some more rocks and just took this Forbidden City. Be a nice one. Doesn't really synergize with the immigration I played, but then again I will have some happy issues at some point. Yeah, at least I don't draw any more strength events. Darwinian doesn't see it. Probably sees that maybe there's not too many good things coming out of the deck. At least he can build some more strength. He's not in danger of double aggression. But I will be strongest, and I just push more stuff in. I think it was called arms or something, and then there was a colony. Then I push the Crusades, I think, yeah. And Reign of Terror hit. So yeah, it's quite it's raining quite heavily on Darwinian. So I adopt the Sansu tactic, and now I don't have any more. Well, I have this cultural influence to see it, but it will be ending soon anyway, so just switching to this guy is quite nice. Even get 3 culture production. rich land just to get some upgrades. So reserves, yeah, I wanted to get the reserves. I have 6 civil actions, so probably still playable. And monarchy, there's also alchemy, but I just felt alchemy may not be that great and this late, and monarchy could be a nice government for me for the rest of the game, since I have code and forbidden city. Darwinian really can't see it. At least he can finish the pyramids. There was actually there's I think call to arms is in this deck, and had I revealed it, it could have meant that he couldn't have finished the pyramids. I suppose he built it from scratch here. Yeah. So had he been hit by call to arms, he couldn't have finished the wonder, but it did not come out. He's built some more strength to be probably out of range for any aggression. And yeah, I see it, cultural influence. I revealed immigration. I see it. At least we both get units, more units or more population probably. Yeah, maybe even more units. Yeah, there's iron with rich land. I can get 2 upgrades, which is quite strong. Then I have 2 more actions left, and just taking irrigation is the safest play here. And I can probably afford the cultural heritage as well, while being on low science. Yeah, luckily draws something to seed. Goes for the irrigation. I suppose there might be a case made for taking Machu here, but it's on 3, or for 3 civil actions, so maybe he has enough production without it. Leaves cannon on 2. I see the freedom of movement, just I didn't have anything else to see it. There's unsettled borders, another strengthenment hit. Like this, I can upgrade my mine, and then I just decide to build another irrigation straight up. Yeah, having 3 population on farms is generally fine in 2 players, so could be just better to have a whole new farm. Revive F1, nothing out of the ordinary there. And while I could take another card, I just felt just playing the cultural heritage here is probably the most efficient way. Like this, I can just go for Revive Monarchy the next turn if there's nothing else. I draw a classic army. I skip the swordsman, but maybe that's playable still. Equal to arms. Has anyone counted the strength events that he's been hit by? That's quite a lot. I think at this stage it isn't shown here, but yeah, there's Reign of Terror, Uncertain Borders, Border Conflict, Call to Arms, and there's at least Crusades coming. So yeah, that's a lot. There's, I think, Foray. It's not in. Barbarians doesn't work since I have more culture. Raiders is not in. So yeah, there's maybe a couple more that have not been played here. So what did he go for? So yeah, he got hit by the Call to Arms. Went for Brand Circus, Arena, and Cannon. There's no corruption with Isabella. He's not producing any culture, and I have strength, edge in strength, and also the culture. So that's a bit of a bad combo for Darwinian. So here I have some ways to approach this. There was, at least with him having the cannon and having population next turn, there could be a way. Had he drawn maybe a only the defensive army could be stronger. So that would mean he gets 3 for the unit, and if he goes for defensive army, that's +4 in comparison, so that would be +7, so it would be at 16 with that. So I wanted to at least get some more strength. And while having the classic army, I felt I will be going for knights anyway. Like this, I will be at 14, so he would really need the defensive army to overtake me in strength. But at least I use my MA here and get some more cards. He indeed goes for the cannon, but does not have a tactic. Probably would have shown if he had it. So at least, yeah, had I not built the cavalry unit, I would have been at 11, so still needed another unit to be stronger. Takes opera for some, he has some nice rocks, and he will need to start doing something at some point. I win the culture influence, and I drew refugees last turn, so that may be added to the list of bad strength events. Like this, I just don't have the science anyway to go for the monarchy. Might be a bit late at this stage, so there's at least scientific method I can go for with the Revidia. There's all sorts of gates in the game, and just having more science is always nice. There's still no Bach on the row, no shaky, and I still have drama in hand, so I'm in no hurry to get any operas. Eiffel just finishes. Yeah, I suppose he doesn't have much science. He has a lot of rocks. And just Eiffel helps a bit, at least. And it's from the discard spot, so there's the minimum amount of a number of cards revealed. And yeah, the deck is growing a bit thin, so if I get Bach on top, it probably will be more or less over. So I understand the card row control here. Yeah, Crusades, won by me. I want to take strategy and rifles, just be sure to have them, and also get out of corruption by upgrading another lab. So yeah, while this shows 5 new cards from the row, but let's say if there's Bach revealed, there's always a way to go for Napoleon, just to keep Darwinian at bay. Even draw mobile artillery. But yeah, I suppose I'm just fine with the classic army now that I got a rifleman. Freedom of movement. I think he put warrior or swordsman into cannon. And the common probably revolution next turn. And he has shown drawn fortifications, so he's strongest for now. But that's really not a problem. I can just skip seeding for now. And as we can see, there's shaky but no Bach, and only 4 cards left. So while I could wait for Shakespeare, but I don't have a. Yeah, there's actually journalism as well on the row. But with this culture that I have on Darwinian, I just felt like, why not go for Napoleon to start pressuring these refugees, at least in. Still, there's Cold War I have in hand, so just pushing the strength here, I felt is a bit more efficient than going for Shakespeare. That would require a lot of civil actions to get set up. Just go for that, and while it's still H2, I can start going for some units. I even play the reserves to get another upgrade. He's currently on 2 military actions, but he will probably be making a revolution next time. But at least I have infiltrate in hand, so I just felt it's possible to slip that in at some point. And while I will be skipping Bach, there's also Marlene in the mix, so having the opera drama developed could be quite nice to maybe switch to Marlene. And with the last civil action, it's not that clear what I should do. I wanted the NDH still, just to make it a bit more awkward for the leader change and all. So that's the main reason taking this card. There's also flaming, so it could be used somehow, but it's for the most part it's just ending the age here. I could also take wave, but he really isn't in any shortage of rocks, so. And I don't know about any colonies that I could maybe use it for myself. But it could be an option just to take the wave here. Then I couldn't take the efficient upgrade, which could be interesting for me. So yeah. So the H flips. I'm 40 culture lead. Yeah, at this point I'm not producing that much, but I still have some ways to go forward with the military pressure. Darwinian just revolts, which I think is correct here. Now that I went for, so yeah, that's also, yeah, since I was looking at his civilization, that he probably will do the revolution. So there might be an argument of not electing any leader for myself. Then he would probably need to take Bach instead of the revolution. Like this, when I went for the Napoleon, he can just securely go for the revolution, take Bach next turn. So yeah, that's one issue, obviously, but I still feel, since I had a nice tactic for Napoleon, I could really start applying the pressure. So at least like this, it looks like he can defend at least for now, since he could have also deleted one swordsman and rebuild it as cannon. But yeah, like this, he gets the draws and probably can at least threaten to defend here. So I just see the Cold War. There's, yeah, at least I think this was one of mine too, so add it to the list. I pop, and I start going for some culture for myself. Just take EG. Yeah, I really don't need cannon here like this. Well, that could still be a bit interesting if I draw maybe modern army or something. But e.g., I don't have the most rocks. There's still some nice windows, so that's just why I did it. Draw government, which probably is nice since I have a big potential in that department. I don't have a government yet, and progress also. I have a lot more science production, so both of those are playable. Civil unrest goes for Bach, opera, and starts going for those already. Even builds another cannon. But like this, he can't take Hollywood, which I understand he probably, well, he needs to get into. He needs to fix some of his strength. He needs to probably get the operas going. So fitting Hollywood in that turn is quite difficult. At least he's producing a lot more culture now. But yeah, there's refugees. I see it. I see democracy. That will be quite nice for me. I'm in no danger militarily, and that's just a nice boost for me. And Hollywood's just mainly to take it away. There's only Empire State doesn't really work. Manhattan doesn't do much. For Darwinian and United Nations, also not that great. So just taking it away while adding some more pressure. And I draw a war, which might be needed for some more disturbing his late culture surges. Did I play this? I might have. I mean, it's kind of hard to see why Darwin would have played it, but I don't have any recollection. He's gonna go for some more operas, and yeah, I do agree. He doesn't really have much else than this. So obviously he's leaving himself very open to a war. Just on 6 rocks he can with Marlene add 1 more army, but it's just not enough. He's skipping military build-up, which could be in this state of the game could be needed, since he went for all those operas, since he probably had to, and now he's very short on rocks. But also leaving Marlene for me is not that great. So it was a bit of an impossible situation. And while I could wait for going for a bigger war a turn later, it was just a guaranteed war this turn, while I also can go for the demo. And he can't do that much, so it just felt like a war here is quite nice, and I have a lot of aggressions just to go for this war and then start getting all those aggressions in. I just went for this variation of war, just building one more cavalry to fill another tactic, and I can also get some more culture production myself, building another drama. Not easy, but going all those dramas, Hollywood will still give me some points, so having this EG is quite nice. And then I just want to take all those reserves and patriotisms away from Darwinian. seats. There's treachery, but neither of us is interested in that, which is understandable. We're in a war. So has to even wreck one thing. They go for the extra army. It takes one reserves. Yeah, he couldn't take both, so just at least has the fundamentalism to revolt into if things get weird or weirder than they already are. And yeah, well, we look at the points here without or before the war evaluation. It's relatively even. Well, looks to be even, but yeah, obviously isn't. So this is a 36-point swing. Let's try the infiltration. Just to, yeah, I wasn't really counting on this going through, but then again, just starting to get those aggressions in to discard the defense cards that he has. And then there was a nice way to put even more pressure, going for Churchill. Air Force with Churchill reserves. I have to wreck something, but it isn't too bad. I also want to pay the patriotism just to draw the maximum amount of cards. The age still won't end, so if I should draw a war, I can just go for a war with 2 classic armies with Air Force. The reserves is quite nice. So I don't draw a war, but more aggressions. Just goes for the revolution. And probably hopes to draw some defense. But yeah, I choose to go for raid here. I mean, armed intervention is obviously 14-point swing, but there's 2 more productions for Darwinian, and destroying 2 operas is 16 at least. So just raid is the most annoying for him at this point. Just destroy those operas. Play the reserves. Let's just go for a couple more dramas. Play the EG2. Get out of corruption by building another step. And then I also go for this journalism. Just, yeah, doesn't really matter, but I could then next turn, if I get the aggression like occupy through, I could then even build another journalism with Hollywood. So yeah, at this point it didn't matter anyway. Since we look at his, he has no more ways to be in this game. Just lost 2 of those precious operas and doesn't really have a way to rebuild. The draw war, and yeah, that won't be played anymore. And yeah, Darwinian resigns, since there's nothing more to be done. So this game, yeah, it started kind of in a weird way. There was Caesar probably wouldn't be the first pick for these 2 big games, but then again, Vlada maybe felt a bit bad about the previous game and gave me all those strength events with Caesar. I could just put those in, and once Darwinian did say in the chat that probably he should have taken Ziska, and yeah, I agree. But with the Caesar, I just could push all those strength events, and with Ziska, I could just guarantee to be strongest for a while and get the early culture from Ziska, and then when Bach chose to remain in the deck for a very long time, just go for the Napoleon and start going for military and just keep Darwinian out of any nice options to get back in this game. So with this win, I actually already secure my place in the upper leagues in the next season, next stage. So it was the bare minimum that I needed from this two-player stage. And yeah, this game went quite smoothly with that, with those events and Caesar and Siska and Napoleon. So I suppose it was a nice. Yeah. Now that I think of it, as all my leaders had MA bonus, so it was a real military game. And Churchill, well, while he doesn't have the MA, he's the military guy. So that was a kind of different approach to two players. This sort of military push. Well, that was in essence it was dictated by the draws that I had at the early stages. It just felt right at that point to go for the strong military and winning basically through event deck. So thanks for watching. That's a lot of games for now. And the last two-player game is going quite slow. It's in H1. That probably been played by 4 to 5 turns now. So that will take a lot of time, but I will be posting a game from the sodium ladder. I had almost the entire game recorded now, but there's a few more turns to be recorded, so I will get back with that a bit later. But thanks for watching, and yeah, bye bye.